Well, look at you. All nice and set up and pretty on the runway. Another A320 fun run with Kevsyourking. Yes, sir. Welcome. You wouldn't be able to guess where we were just looking at the runway. Thinking WizzAir, probably Europe, right? We're not in Europe. I don't have an appropriate livery or skin, as they call it, for this part of the world. Welcome to the channel. This is Kevsyourking. I'm here with my friend Freckles, so let's give you the rundown on where we're at here today. So for most of you, you know exactly what we do here. We're in the, well, first of all, I can do this. We're in the fly-by-wire A320. This is the Neo, 251 Neo, with the LEAP 1A, 2B motors. Very, very fancy little aircraft. We have a lot of details here to fill you in on, but real quick, I'm just going to cover some of the basics here. We're at 174 total passengers. We're fully booked, plus four cabin and two pilots. That puts you at a grand total of 180 souls on board. Total G weight has been entered. All of the details have been purposefully set. We're sitting on runway 25, so we're coming out of Chenai. So in India, VOMM, we're running a CAM-G 2B exit departure flight plan with, we're landing in Hyderbad, the Rajiv Gandhi International Airport on 27 left, using the Lido B6 approach. All of those configurations have been entered. We are set for aircraft flight time. As usual, we've had some minor technical issues right now with Beyond ATC, so we are not in the AI generated and VAT sim for this part of the world. Not something I want to run through. Just saying, man. So with that being said, we're on Microsoft's ATC, so ignore some of the commands here. No issues, no concerns. That's about it. Freckles, anything you want to say?
Are you ready to fly with me?
Oh, yes.
I'm Freckles, your co-pilot today. Welcome to Kevsyourking Adventures. Go on, Kev. Let's get this bird in the air and fly.
Okay. Well, you're kind of giggly today. Make me want to giggle. Alright, anyway, press TO config here. We were already, 14 minutes off the gate. Let's get it in the air here. We'll give you the details as we run down the runway. Nothing fancy and crazy here. We are in the WizzAir, like I said, because it's happened to be the last one of the last ones I was up in, so I just left it. Nothing wild and crazy here. I don't have an Air India or Go Air India or Go whatever it is. I know there's another one that's popular. Spice was another one. I don't have any of that. Alright, so we're going to reset. Pedals look like they're working just fine here. We'll reset. We're at V1. We're going to go ahead and float just a little further to rotate. We're at rotate. We'll go ahead and pull back on the stick. Give it a nice angle. Get off the runway. Throw the gear up. And give you a look back on Chenai as the gear goes up.
KED 777-320, contact Chenai Center on 118.9er.
Because of the weather, not much to see here today.
Going to 118.9er.
Very big populated city.
Kilo Echo Victor 777. Chenai Center, KED 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 is at 1,000 feet, climbing 6,000 feet. KED 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 Chenai Center altimeter 29.56 radar contact. Continue to MM601.
Cool. I'm going to increase this angle just a little bit. We're going to roll the speed, and then we'll go ahead and set. So we are going to overspeed here slightly to get it on our way. This isn't standard, so try not to panic or feel awkward about it. This is flight sim, so we do fly as close to real as possible, but we do cut corners here and there when it comes to speeding and stuff like that. Safety is still a factor, my friends. Alright, so here we go. We're going to set it to 320. Boom, you're set here. We're going to do the optimize at 12,000. Let's go ahead and double check that you gave me the clearance to it, and then I will reset the board. Climb to 6,000. Okay. Good to go. We'll go ahead and disarm the brakes. We are in just a double check. We're good here. We're not at 10,000,
Climb and
but
maintain flight level 190 KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777.
we're going to cruise on up. Go ahead and turn you guys off. We're okay here. The aircraft is stabilizing just fine. No issues or concerns. I don't think I'm going to need these, but we're going to leave them on just for a brief bit until I get the cruising altitude here and we find out what the temp really is. And yes, we know we're speeding. Total time for the flight, 0448 is our expected arrival time, so 48 plus 3 is 51 minutes. So total flight will be just under an hour, 284 nautical miles, all good to go. We can turn off our terrain at the moment. We do have our minimums on our approach here. It's going to be just 2100, so 2000 is the elevation for the runway, so this will be an interesting scenario for us as we get closer. Since we're holding steady on speed, we can pull this back down into throttle climb mode because we are in our throttle up and in climb phase. We're going to go ahead and hit DOTA. I swung a little wide on the flight plan. Just to give you a brief look at Chenai, but we are set. Wouldn't expect anything unusual on this flight today. There is some cloud deck and weather, but nothing transformational or problematic for us. Should be fairly easy. I don't know visual-wise what to expect here. I've only flown a few times in India, so it's kind of a new experience for me. Get used to what it looks like over the country as time goes on here, but right now I would expect scattered clouds throughout our flight to Hyderbad. We're now going to go ahead and swing north. Like I said, we're following the KMG-2B north of Chenai, so we're going up north, and we're just outside the eastern edge of India. So I'm not sure what they call this, but this is like an inlet, small inner bay with the ocean on the outside edge. Don't know if this is, I'm assuming this is all salt water as well, but it's some sort of natural harbor, bay, etc. right on the edge of Chenai. Just north of it. It is very warm in Chenai. Hyderbad, it's already 23, so going to be a warm day in the air. That's why I said I don't know that I'm going to need any of the icing information, etc. I think we're going to hold here. I don't have any. They want me to go to 1900, but I'm going to ask to stay at this altitude, so I'm going to ask for 12,000.
Chenai Center. Victor KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Request flight level 200. KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 200.
Well, instead of decreasing, it did an increase. So I'm going to go ahead and satisfy this just to quiet down the ATC. So we're going to go ahead and climb this up. I thought I said decreased, but I'm going to go there and then come back down over time. It's not going to kill us to go up to 20,000. So we'll just go ahead. It's not a big deal. It's scattered clouds. I was trying to get a little more view of the, what it looks like. But we do have scattered clouds, so visibility will be limited, but you can see the harbor itself over here. Beautiful.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, KEV 777
And why are
Kilo
you
Echo
telling me
Victor
that?
777.
Well, let me do this. Let's get an updated barometer just to double check. Radar. Thank you. 2968. Okay. Alright, we're going to cruise along at 20,000 feet. After you factor in the elevation of 2,000 is the baseline, that's ground level, is 2,000. So we're going to sit at 17,000 above ground. 18,000, sorry, 18,000 above ground. I can do the math. Yeah, that works. Alright, we can turn loose the crew. Go ahead. Party bus time. 20,000. What are you reading on the other side? -7. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that on just in case. I know it's super warm, so I just don't know if that really makes a difference or if they have the right data here. Temperature, because I don't want to get icing. Like I've said before, in all of my flights, I always turn on all the most available options for realism, such as authorization from Microsoft to present me with failures, to monitor closely any landing parameters or flight parameters which would cause overstress. Yeah, stuff like that. Damage to the aircraft on landing. If you crunch too hard on landing, you definitely have landing damage. It'll report it, the shock level and stresses. So that's why we have to pay attention to stuff like icing, because it will ice up and it will impact the performance of the aircraft. I don't like to publish scenarios where you purposely like to crash planes. I don't think that's good. It's good behavior, so to speak. I mean, you have to. This is a simulation, right? So you simulate it, man. The only thing I cut corners on are speed. I do mess with ATC and ignore Microsoft ATC half the time, because they're usually 5 to 10 miles, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles late on every call. And when you hit traffic conditions, Microsoft will throw something out there, but ATC won't give you the warnings, etc. So it also doesn't follow any of my programmed MCDU parameters. It follows the initial pre-planned select EFB process that you've keyed in. So 20 isn't as efficient Microsoft ATC as it is in 24. So knowing that I'm in the older version, it's very stable. I love flying in this version, but knowing that, you'll hear me. Those are some of the only corners I'll cut. The rest of it, I like to try and fly as close as possible. The A330 is a little bit different. Headwind's model does have some limitations in its config, but has its pluses and minuses. But for free, community-based driven models, fly-by-wire and headwind sims are very, very nice and reliable in 2020. If you fly in Microsoft 2020, I highly, highly, highly recommend saving the money. If you like airliner flights, go with, and you happen to like Airbus, go with the fly-by-wire A320. Go with the A380 fly-by-wire. A380 is fly-by-wire is one of the few that actually have a working 380. The 380 does look nice. I think it looks a little. I have a personal opinion on the look per se. The wings feel like they look like they're just a bit too small in scale compared to the body of the aircraft. They kind of overdid it slightly on the height. I know they want to emulate the height of the Airbus, but I think they did just a titch too much. just proportionally, it just looks a little clunky, but it flies okay. I'm not a big fan of their mouse interaction on the glass panels and things like that, but it's workable. It's time consuming, but definitely flyable. Decent flight. Flight characteristics are decent. Stable for the most part. So the other free ones to get out there in 2020 or 24 is Salty's Salty Sims 747. These are free. Headwind Sims A330, absolutely beautiful. I'm not a big fan of Asobo's Inabuilds products. Now, Inabuilds is a very big, popular group. I don't happen to be one of them that gets paid. I don't get paid by any of these groups, or I'm a member per se of their community or develop any of this stuff. So I am agnostic when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't take donations. This is free. This is for you to experience what I experience in Flight Sim. I share it with you guys. Just have a little fun with it. So I don't get anything out of what I say here. So I'm free to say what I want. And quite frankly, the free stuff is usually does a pretty good job for you. It's usually stable in the 2020 platform. So the ones I just mentioned, Headwind Sims, Fly-by-Wire, Salty, those are reliable free airliners. There are other aircraft out there that you can fly that are nice little add-ons. I'm not a big fan of paying for it. I absolutely despise in 2024 the Phoenix model. I think that was just a money grab. Very poorly modeled. They remodeled it. The flight characteristics are unstable inside 1,000 feet. Below 150. You get below 150, you're going to get the bouncy bounce. It doesn't register proper landing failure, gear failure, and things like that. You can essentially bounce the aircraft 6 times off the runway hard, and I mean hard, and not get a failure response out of it. So I don't like it. It's like turning on dev mode and just saying, okay, doesn't matter, I'm not going to crash no matter what. It's not how I play. I don't like their instability under 1,000 feet, under 150. Under 150, when you get to 140, that's the break-even point in between 140 and 150 for glide. Okay? Standard glide. They're twitchy. Their aircraft is way too twitchy and bouncy. So now I could certainly alter to satisfy and counteract that. I could make adjustments to my configurations on my sticks, my peripheral gear, etc. But why should I have to do that for a specific model and then have to readjust for all my other aircraft? The baseline's just not right. So Inabuilds, Asobo stuff, oy vey, man. Your 350 is hard enough to push through the air in 2024 without any goofy stuff. Get it right, man. Focus on the stuff that matters and fix your aircraft. Your 330s are absolutely it's a mess, man. Go fix them. Instead, they're too busy releasing Wolf's Fang and other peripheral stuff, and it's like it's cute little new experimental aircraft, and you're like, yeah, but dudes, you can't even get your standard airlines stable. Focus on the right stuff, man, not the goofy, cute stuff that you're going to charge money for. Anyway, I'm not a cheapskate, man. I will spend money on the right kind of peripherals for a game, but be careful what you spend your money on, because a lot of it's trash. It creates a lot of overhead on your game. So remember, keep it simple. Use the free stuff that works efficiently. Quite frankly, you've seen me in the cockpit here. It's fairly easy to set this up. Try not to overthink it. Most people just don't want to waste the time. If you use websites, peripherals such as Navigraph or SimBrief, and all these other paid services for your charts, your planning, all the rest of the peripherals, the GSX, the Beyond ATC, the Orbix airports here, there, and everywhere, the extra aircraft you buy. Your hobby is expensive enough just trying to maintain your peripheral equipment to run their complex programs. They're very video, CPU, GPU intense, and very internet intense. Your communication channel externally for most of their default stuff is in 24 is all. You gotta have 100 meg bandwidth on your internet plugged in direct to your console or PC. So like I said, just be careful, ask around, be very careful with spending money. I mean, because you can throw away a lot of money and then find out you never use it, or it's just that was a waste of, creates other problems, overhead on the CPU, things like that. I found that as an example, the Phoenix model. So it wasn't just the bouncy bounce. Okay, so inside the programming on the cockpit here, this interaction and calculations that they were driving down through here, into here, and over to their pad, it was a huge impact. And when I say huge, it was a 10 to 15% increase in CPU usage just to drive their model over the base 320 fly-by-wires model here. Well, that costs you. There's performance impacts for that. You have to turn other things down quality-wise just to run their model. It's inefficiencies when you buy stuff. So be careful what you spend your money on. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I tend to be very selective about my purchases. Make sure that I know significantly where the bang for the buck is going to go, because you can spend a ton of money on games as it is. You probably already do. You know what it's like. This isn't the only game you play. So spend your money wisely. There are good things coming down the road. There's always another game. There's always more money that needs to be spent to challenge your brain and enjoy, simulations or other things. But you don't need 60 airports paid by Orbix at 15 euros a piece or 20 euros a piece when you only fly there twice a year. You're flying out of there twice a year. You don't need a refined airport for every potential airport on the globe. Now, if you got money to throw away and burn, go for it, man. I'd say spend the money on your equipment first, your hardware, and upgrade your GPU, CPU, RAM, storage, all the rest of this stuff. Go to 4K, invest in that, because this is in 4K, and you're looking at it, and I'm flying this in 4K, and it is absolutely fabulous to see the detail inside the cockpit, a clean, sharp, precise look at all of the feedback that you get in the aircraft as well as external. I mean, put that on your TV for a minute. If you have a 4K TV, look at that. That's quality, man. Spend your money on that. It's an amazing simulation. The only difference, like I said, between this and 24 is the ground detail. A little more current with today's actual date and time stamps on building designs and things like that, up to date. Other than that, it's just fabulous, man. So There you go. We've got just over 100 miles now to go. We're about to hit Hyderbad. So when we do, we're going to start to figure out our approach here. We got about 50 miles. As you can see here in my initial plan, it's been recalculating at 20,000. I'm going to go ahead and start my descent. I'm going to put us back at our original flight plan level, so we're going to go ahead. We're zooming along and we're at 120. I'm going to go ahead and make the request, and I'm going to drop back to 12. Let's see if we get there. Okay, dude, I want to decrease. 12,000, thank you.
Hyderbad Center, KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Request 12,000 feet. KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Descend and maintain 12,000
Okay,
feet.
we're going to fire
KEV
these guys back
777
up.
Kilo
We're going to
Echo
ask them
Victor
to sit back in their
777.
seats. We're still at -6, even though there's no ice. I'm going to leave it. Alright. I'm going to slowly prepare our cabin here for roll up to approach. We can unlock you. Where are you gonna? Yeah, okay. I don't want to push this too far past. No, we're gonna. We'll let it pull back now. We gave it a little drop boost. Just to expedite it a tad. Once you're done with expedite, we gotta reset our speed, so. Nice and easy the rest of the way, don't panic, right? That puts us in a decent number. Reasonable for the angle of descent. Still 23 registered, 261 and 19. 2968 23 23109, so that was 26109. Okay. 261 at 09. There we go. 2,000 feet is the elevation, so we put our minimums at 100 above. we'll get the 100 call anyway, so I could do it at 150 and then call it. Alright, so we're now here. $87 to go. I would expect we'd have to drop even further here. So what do you got me sitting at? 6,500? You're gonna want me at 10,000, and then we're gonna quickly drop to 5. Okay. So this puts us 10,000 feet above ground level at this time, because our minimums, as I said, was 2,000. The elevation on the runway is 2,000 feet. So whatever this number says is not the same as where the ground is. Get what I'm saying? Okay. Looking good. So I always find it interesting that the Hungary and Tajikistan have the same kind of flags. It's like, well, what happened there? The Tajikistan, it has a thinner red, thinner green, more white, but yeah, this is the Hungary flag, by the way. I forgot to mention that WizzAir is flight out of Hungary. Are you Hungary? When you're hungry, are you Hungarian? Boom, boom. Got a dad joke for the day? Okay, do I have a dad joke for the day? Well, I could give you one. Let's see. Okay, so while we do this, I can give you the dad joke. Alright, so here's your dad joke for the day. So, why is dark spelled with a K and not a C? Why is dark spelled D-A-R-K and not D-A-R-C? Dark is dark, right? You know this one, Freckles? Well, I can tell you it's spelled with a K because you can't see in the dark. Alright. And that will groan and moan and oh, you didn't just say that. Yes, I did. Boom, boom. Thank you very much. Join me again for more silly dad jokes. You know, I've never done any airplane jokes with you guys. I should do a few of those. Anyway. Focus. We're inside 100 now. Okay, so let's get your stuff together here. We're inside 50, so we're gonna have to do our decel here. So let's start our wind down. We gotta wind her down here now. It's time to settle down. Let's drop it into 220 and then we can flex our way down. So I guess 220, 223, 224. We're gonna see. Barometer. Lower. So yeah, I know, mate, you're way off.
Hyderbad Center, KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Request 8,000 feet. KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Cool, man.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. KEV
This will
777
take us
Kilo
at the
Echo Victor
proper.
777.
Oh, we were just below it. 225 today, huh?
777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 descend and maintain 8,500 feet.
Oh, we're already going to
Descend and maintain
8,000, so whatever.
8,500 feet. KEV 777 Kilo
I'm
Echo
ahead of
Victor
you just by a
777.
few miles, dude. Because you're calling it late, so.
Kilo Echo Victor 777 contact approach on 125.55. Good day.
Contact approach 125.55 KEV 777.
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor
Approach
777.
KEV 777. Flight level 11,500. Descending to 8,800.
8,500 feet. Descending 8,500 feet.
8,500.
Kilo Echo Victor 777 approach altimeter 29.68 radar contact. Continue to HS 225.
Right on, baby. We are nuts on. B-E-A-U-T-ball. I only have 10 miles to get this coordinated down to 4,000 or so. Sorry, 6,000. So, we're going to start our drop.
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
I'm already ahead of you, man.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. KEV
We're going to
777
6.
Kilo Echo Victor 777.
I know my speed limit's exceeding. But I gotta catch up, man. I know it's supposed to be 225. I get it. I'm aware. Not happening, man.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet, KEV 777, Kilo Echo Victor 777.
I'm 20 miles out. I gotta start my descent and stabilize the aircraft for ILS approach, my friend. You know my flight plan. Okay, this will come back down now. Push the speed brake on just a bit, bring us back down. Now we can settle into our final speed checks. Decelerate just nice and easy. Give the passengers a reasonable flight home to Hyderbad. Right, you can go off here. We're down below levels. We can set you off as well. You're fine there. I'm good to go here. We're gonna set you. These, get these out of the way. We got two teams.
777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Please expedite your climb 8,000 feet.
Sorry, man, you didn't read my flight plan, did you?
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. You are 11 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 4,600 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via HIA 13 transition.
Okay, hold on. Jeez. Messing my own head up.
Kilo Echo Victor 777 descend and maintain 3,600 feet.
Will do. Give me a minute.
Descend and maintain 3,600 feet. Expect ILS
First
runway
things first.
27 left approach via HIA 13 transition. Cleared to HIA 13 KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777.
Yeah, we're working at it. Right. Freckles, we are good to go. We're descending now in the final we're inside 10, 3,000 above. About to capture our ILS. No runway in sight. Visibility limited. Call the ball. Get a clearance there. Freckles. Give him a call. Approach KEV. Approach KEV 777 requesting ILS 27 left. approach. KEV 777 requesting ILS 27 approach clearance.
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. You are 8 miles east of Victor Oscar, Hotel Sierra. Contact tower on 120.9 when inbound.
Contact tower.
Tower on 120.9 KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777.
Flight slope
Tower
engaged.
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 7777 miles east inbound ILS runway 27 left approach. KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 tower. Altimeter 29.71 wind 271 at 11. Cleared ILS runway
271 at 11.
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777 wind 271 at 11. Cleared to land runway 27 left.
Okay, so we have a headwind,
Cleared
11
to
mile
land
an
runway
hour
27
headwind.
left. KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777.
We're almost to minimums. Minimum. 1,000. I have no visibility at all. We're gonna hold speed auto throttle for a little while longer. I'm not seeing anything here, Freckles. What have you got? Looks like we got a runway here.
400.
Pilot's got control. ILS is off. Pilot has a
100
stick.
above.
Gonna go ahead. Gonna make the correction.
Minimum
Minimums.
30, 20, 10, 5.
ILS in India does not work.
Auto brake off.
This is the third India airport that I've had that the ILS is not correct. So careful, boys and girls, when you're flying in Hyderbad. 27 is not 27. It's in between 27 left and 27 right. It's down the middle between the two runways. It is not 27 left. 27 right doesn't have ILS, so the radio signal here is off on the map, just to let you know. Not bad. I didn't want to float too far down the runway in the rain, so we gave it an extra little bit of wheel. No damage to the aircraft at all. This is not unusual for you to hear that clunk. Our descent rate was not traumatic for the gear or the aircraft in general, although it was not bacon butter smooth. It wasn't greasy. A little clunk, but still a nice adjustment at the end, having to make it. That's the idea, man. That's why I do this. I never know what the last 30 seconds is going to look like. Alright, so we are definitely going to slow this down here.
121.85 KEV 777
Let's get
Kilo
ourselves
Echo Victor
established.
777. Goodbye.
Contact ground. Nice job, Freckles. Way to adjust. No, I want all the way up, thanks. Okay. Turn the PWS off. We don't need that. We don't need the landing lights on. But we do need the taxi light on. And you can stay on for the moment. I can do this. And set. Yeah, let's do this. Ready? Go. Rock and roll. Alright. Cool off the brakes. Take a peek at what we got around here. I see the maps are just absolutely doggy. Okay. And visibility is squat, so we'll just park it somewhere over here. Probably here. Looks like it got something waiting for us over there. We'll run over here. So we have to come. Of course, you can't read these because they don't have them marked well. Like I said, I think they put this as the ILS. I was like, okay, who is the Microsoft engineer that messed that completely up? GPS is not correct for it. Don't trust it, man. I bet RNAV and Ford are off too then. I'd have to come in on the other way to see if coming in the other angle would make a difference, but as it sits right now, no. Not great. Looks like we're clear across the runway, so we'll clear the runway. And no markings on the airport here, so we'll play a little dodgeball. Quick drop. Whoa. What's that coming at us? What are you, man? Well, you want me to park there, but you're gonna have me drive through. Alright, fine. Ignore the fact that we're going to hit this piece of equipment, because this guy's going to have me park like 16 miles away. Alright, so I doubt I get any kind of aircraft service here, so this will be interesting. Alright, Freckles. Let's give the motors a rest. We shut it down, we got the clearance. Let's do this. Rock and roll, everything's set there. We can turn you back. Turn you off. Turn you off. Doesn't matter, but no squawk, no fuss, no muss. Freckles, see if we can get our connection here. I doubt we're going to be able to contact ground on 121.850. Ground 121.850. Ground services. Request a jetway.
Ground KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777, the jetway is going to be connected.
Ground KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777. Could you please send a ground power unit?
KEV 777 Kilo Echo Victor 777, a ground power unit is on the
Yeah,
road.
don't trust Microsoft in India. Billions of people in India, and yet, yeah. They have me parking here instead of up there. Nice. Way to go. Alright, well the rest of it's going to look like junk, so I'm not even going to bother. We're just going to do this. I'm not even going to get people off the bus okay, so... Right. Deboard. Yes. Goodbye. Alright, so everybody's off the plane. We can shut the bad boy down. Way to go, Freckles. None of this matters. Yeah. Boom, 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 shake the room. Definitely don't need you on. You're not part of that bus. Packs. Super. Say goodbye, Freckles. Thanks for being here, as Freckles would say. Be sure to join us for more fun. Have a great day.